Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody today? Uh, yep, gotta love the back roads. Back roads are awesome. Hmm. All right. So, how is everybody this morning? I see Let Freedom Ring, Sweet Caroline, and Italian Princess. Good morning to all of you. Turn right on Lake Road. Turn right on Washington 124. That's what it takes to make a corner in a semi truck. Today. It's been a day. It's been a good day. Uh, There we go. I had a little mic problem. The other mic died. Guess I gotta charge it up. Let me get it put on here. There we go. I think I got it on now. Here we go. I hate roundabouts. Yep, you got a wrench.
At the roundabout, take the third exit to West.
You got a wrench, and that's so you can drop links to your channel in here and other stuff there. Let Freedom Ring. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Around and around and around we go. Here we go. And off we are. There we go. No more roundabouts for a while. Now, what is going on in the world today? Everybody catch the stuff going on in Sri Lanka? Isn't that amazing? The people can stand up and run their politicians out of the country. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about Sri Lanka and how they ran their politicians out of the country? And from what I've heard, they burned the prime minister's house to the ground. That's just what I've heard, though. Don't quote me on it. Good morning, Lisa. Yeah. And I'm surprised. I am so surprised that Americans won't stand up. You know, there are several of us that are standing in whatever ways we can. Some of us already stood up for over 2 months, to the point that, you know, financially we are hurt. You know, we are hurting financially. Simply because we already stood up for over 2 months. So, I do believe we would have seen some kind of, had the People's Convoy actually gone into DC like they had originally said they would, instead of driving circles for a couple of months around DC and then heading for California. That's my date has already been picked. We already have Washington Mall on the mall in DC. We already have people on the ground there. Doesn't mean anything. You need to take that and drop it aside because they're out there demanding the same thing that you want. They're out there demanding the same thing that you would be demanding. So you should be standing on the line with them regardless of whether you agree with them or not. They're demanding the same things. For the most part. You can stick 5 people in a room, and not every one of them is going to believe in exactly the same things. Not everybody's going to worship exactly the same God, or exactly the same religion, or exactly the same ideology, or the same politics. But the fact remains, everybody should be standing up side by side, regardless of all of that, in this fight for our freedoms. You realize this Friday that our government is going to be sitting down and extending the COVID emergency, the Emergency Powers Act. They're going to be extending it again this Friday. Now, what kind of sense does that make? Okay, I will not comply is great, but we don't need I will not comply any longer. What we need is I'm done with this. I'm walking to DC. I'm hitchhiking to DC. I'm biking to DC. I'm taking a plane to DC, or I'm driving to DC, and I'm going to stand there and scream for my rights and freedoms and for what's right until I get it. That's what we need. Now, I don't see now, sweet Caroline. I don't want to see any. I don't want to see any of my mods banning anybody. Timing out is one thing. Deleting some inappropriate comments is another. Basically, I don't want people just coming in here and attacking. You know, and by all means, if one of them stupid bots pops up, go ahead and squash that thing. Those you can ban. I have other mods that will do any banning if needed, but for the most part, I'll do that myself. All right. But if you have information that's useful that can be dropped here, that'd be great. Share those links, you know. Everybody needs to come together, no matter what party they think they're with, no matter what their views are on anything. They all need to be heard, and everybody needs to have a decent, intelligent debate or conversation and find middle ground to move forward, because that's the only thing that's ever going to work, is that middle ground or common ground. And I don't really Another thing, when it comes to the comment line there, I don't like cussing in my comment strain because, even though I don't, my videos are marked for 18 and older with a restriction, but there's always those parents who don't care what their kids watch, and the cussing doesn't need to be out there. No, I get that. A lot of people believe that the mandates are law, but they're not. They are not law, not by any means.
In 1.25 miles, keep left to US 12 East, then take the second left.
What are you apologizing for, Italian? What are you apologizing for? There's nothing to apologize for. By all means, don't comply. Do not comply. But the time for that is the time for that civil disobedience by not complying. Well, that's not working anymore. That didn't work in the first place because they just kept pushing it, and they've extended it out and they've extended it out. It's now time for the people to be standing at their state houses or at their county seats or at their city halls and demanding the change. Standing there, they should be standing in DC, they should be standing all over this country. Everybody should be standing, period. End of story.
Turn left at the stop sign.
Here comes some fun. Nothing coming. All right, go, go, go. Go, 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 go.
Continue on US 12.
There we go. Off and running, like a herd of turtles. Oh, I didn't see you cursing here. Myself personally, I do sometimes have a serious problem with it myself. I'm ex-military and I'm a trucker, so I do have a trash mouth. But if you've been with me long enough, you know that my live stream tends not to have that language in it. Because it's a public thing, this is there's no reason for me to perpetuate the normalization of that kind of language. Just like TV shows or commercials or movies, there's all kinds of stuff out there where they've just continually perpetuated the normalization of things that, in my opinion, should never have been normalized. The sexual content that is now in almost every kind of television programming or even commercials or movies, even at the children's level. I mean, have you seen some of the kids' cartoons these days? My God. And I'm not just talking about, uh, you know, certain sexual orientation beliefs. I'm talking about all of it. All of it. It doesn't matter what the sexual orientation is, whether it's straight or gay or whatever they want to call themselves, and this binary, non-binary, he, she, they, them. None of that should have ever been normalized on our television or in our movies, especially not in children's cartoons. There's such a thing as morality. Well, of course they didn't. Of course, Bugs Bunny's not doing it because guess what? Bugs Bunny's been removed. You can't find any new Bugs Bunny or Looney Tunes cartoons out there anywhere. They went and killed it because it didn't send the right message that they wanted people to hear. Agenda. Now, when I come around this next curve here, on the left, on the top of the used to be a mansion up there, a really big mansion up there. Now, it was recently built, 15, 20 years ago, and they had to pull it down. They ended up pulling it down and getting rid of it here on the far left because somebody in their infinite wisdom decided to build it on top of a rattlesnake nest. And that you couldn't be anywhere near the house. They had to take it all down. So it's like nobody went out and surveyed the area enough. They didn't dig up the ground enough to see that there was a nest there. I mean, seriously. Why can't I keep this microphone on today? Yeah, Trucker G just went live. Nice to see. It's good to see they're finally out rolling again after their truck was all messed up from bad fuel. You know, and you get bad fuel, that's not cheap to fix, and it's not a quick fix either. I mean, yeah, they can get the bad fuel out and they can clean up some stuff, but they're going to be doing that cleanup stuff and changing out fuel filters regularly for like the next 6 months or so. What do you think we can do to get people to stand up? Open their eyes. Show them what's going on worldwide. Not just here in this country, but worldwide. There are over 110 countries in the middle of protests right now. And these protests are exactly the same thing that we're fighting for right now. So, I mean, you can show it to them, you can talk to them about it, you hand them a constitution, a pocket constitution, and you point out where our government has stepped on and violated everything in that constitution. And then point out the fact that with the rates, with the fuel rates the way they're going, with the price of everything, with all the inflation, and the fact that America no longer produces anything. We have no manufacturing left in this country, or very little, and nothing major, right? We need to work on becoming completely self-sufficient in this country, and that means using our own natural resources instead of buying it from OPEC, Russia, because they're the majority of the people in this country that still have not stood up. Probably will not stand up until the day they walk into their grocery store and it's empty because truckers can't keep going because the fuel rates got too high and the freight rates got too low. I'm at the point right now where I'm actually in a truck because there's no point to me running one or two loads here and there that I actually make money on, and then running 5, 6, 7 loads that I lose money on. There's no point to it. Oh, looks like they're getting ready to even further divert the traffic away from Walla Walla. Walla Walla hates semi-trucks. Trust me. I'm headed to Walla Walla, Washington right now. See, today we're going to go to Washington. And at least this load I'm making money on. And I'm scared. Yeah. No, we like I was saying, we're headed straight towards a full-blown depression. We're not going to a recession. We're headed for a depression. We haven't really hit the depression part yet, but when we do, that's when your stores are going to go empty. That's when your banks are going to close. That's when the stock market is going to fully crash. That's everything. That's a nightmare. And that is the point when people will finally stand up. I guarantee that is what it will take. And I am sorry to say it. I don't want it. I don't want it to go that way. But the sad reality is, with the way people have been so brainwashed by everything that has come out of our entertainment system, whether it be supposed news or movies or video games or all of it, it's all been geared towards keeping people asleep and brainwashing them into just being mindless little worker robot slaves. And even at that, they don't even want you to work. They want you to sit at home and collect your welfare. They want you to still be at war with each other in your own societies, in your own little towns. You know, this group of people versus that group of people, regardless of whether it is connected to your race, or it's connected to your religion, or it's connected to your political beliefs, or it's connected to your sexual beliefs, whatever. It's been a pinpoint it's been a pinpoint campaign to keep people divided and keep people warring at each other, so that we don't see what they're doing. Yeah, well, that day is coming. There will be a day very soon where the Did you know out here in the West, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, give birth to a child in that state, whether you're a single or whatever, you nor the father has legal custody of your child from the moment it's born. The state has legal custody of all children born. You literally have to file for custody and parental rights of your own children in these states. And they keep that secret. They don't televise it anywhere. They don't talk to anybody about it. They don't put the information out there. You don't know that until the day the And how do I know that? Because I've been through it. I went through it when I was a kid myself, and I went through it again with my own children. And in neither case was the state successful. Neither case. Both times, full parental rights were given back to the parents. The winery. He's probably. Here we go. Sorry, buffering like a stripper pole today, right? If Jen were in here. Gotta turn my headlights on. Here we go. Uh, so, anybody been keeping up on the stuff over at the 1776? I think they're doing a good job holding ground in there. They need to get bigger. They need more people to get there. I wish, but I'm hurting financially, so I don't have the means to get over there. Hey, good morning. Good morning. There you are. Gotcha. Gotcha. Of course you're being shadow banded. Of course you're being shadow banded. You're like everybody wants to have you on their channel modding. Uh, so let's see. Forget. My aunt's house is over there. I gotta see the radio towers because she's kind of directly across from the radio towers. I haven't actually stopped by my aunt's house out here since I don't know, uh, probably 1999. 1999 would have probably been the last time I stopped by and saw my aunt out here. You did a love this morning. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get the video rights to that, all right? Just kidding. Oh, I know you mean live. I know you mean live. And see, we drove past the Whitman Mission here, Whitman Memorial Mission. Um, the Whitman Mission, that what it was, the Whitmans came out on the Oregon Trail. Were trying Christianity, and well, it turned into a giant massacre. The Whitmans were all killed out, and everybody that was with them. It was sad. It's a sad thing that happened, but what do you expect when you invade somebody else's territory and try to force them to your own views? You don't expect retaliation? It was basically, and it didn't really have to do with them trying to force their own views. What it was is they had given the Indians blankets and a lot of sick, a lot of people, and they blamed went in and killed them all. And it's interesting. The last time I took a tour of there was I was 8 or 9 years old. I know all of that history about that just from back then. My brain just constantly remembers almost everything. Remember like it's infected with smallpox on purpose. I don't know if it was on purpose. Um, it's not written that it might have been on purpose anywhere, but I'm not going to discount that simply because none of us were there. Nobody actually knows what really happened. We just know the story that was told after the fact. So it may have been. I better slow down a little bit. I don't know. There we go. Can pull me, right? I gotta. Most of the places I'm delivering to today are not built for big trucks, so it's gonna be a fun day. Like yesterday over in Yakima, Washington, I had to pull up out in front of this place that I was delivering to, and in the middle of the street while we unloaded five windows, well, five big windows, three little windows, and a screen door. Blocking 4 lanes of traffic just to unload a couple of items. Perfection glass window and door. You know, he might be where I'm delivering to. That's funny. That might be the guy I'm delivering to. Perfection glass windows and doors. I don't know. But no, the 1776 movement is doing a great job holding the ground. They just need people to back them up. They need people to start putting down their keyboards and start heading to DC. And we also need people to start heading to their state capitals or their county seats or their city halls and start demanding peacefully protesting for what you want, for the Emergency Powers Act to be ended, for our Constitution to be fully restored. And there's just so much that needs to be done. And everybody should be looking at a convention of states. You can Google convention of states and you can find their website. Good morning, East Hill. If anybody doesn't know, we are in Walla Walla, Washington right now.
Take the exit on the right to 2nd Avenue towards City Center.
Well, he took the same exit I'm taking.
At the end of the street, Turn right.
Let's see.
Turn right at the stop sign.
He's going a different direction. All right. Yep. Question everything. So you were given the most powerful tool on the planet. It's called a set of brains. It's time to start using them.
In 1/2 mile, turn right on West Poplar Street.
Now they're saying I can't go downtown. How in the world am I going to get there? Let's see. I got to follow this truck route. Even though it's just a couple streets up. Literally. Now, what does it say? Yep. All right. Fine, I'll do that. I'll do it the way it's telling me to do it.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on North 9th Avenue.
Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Ninth Avenue.
9th Avenue.
Good. It says a truck can go that way on the signs.
In 1/2 mile, turn left on West Poplar Street.
Yep. Now, see, my grandparents are buried over here too.
Mile, turn left on West Poplar Street.
My grandparents are buried over here, and I'll tell you what, those were two of the worst days of my life, putting my grandmother to rest, and then a few years later, putting my grandfather to rest. All right, we are almost there. So they can get their 5 or 6 items off the back of my truck.
Turn left at the traffic light.
So, Walla Walla. Been a nice little town ever since I was a little kid, right? And oh no. Look at that. It appears I won't be able to get to where I'm going on the truck route. Which means I gotta violate the law to get to where I'm going.
arrive at 5 West Poplar Street on the right.
There's a detour. So they're going to detour us down. I don't think when they do this construction, they don't pay attention to the fact that big trucks need to be able to get around. You should never tear up the entire street. They should do one side, then the other. Turn it into a one-lane road with a guy out on each end with a stop sign saying, hey, you can go, you can't, you can go, you can't.
Turn right on South 5th Avenue, then take the first left. Turn right on South 4th Avenue, then take the first left.
Now I wonder, how far can I get here? Can I go and turn right here? No. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day. Can I get down 3rd? No, can't get down
right
3rd.
At the traffic light, then take the first right.
And I can't get down the street that I need. What the hell?
Turn right at the traffic light, then take the first right. Turn right on South 1st Avenue, then take the first right.
I gotta find somewhere to park. Because I gotta make phone calls.
Turn right at the traffic light.
This is not a pretty day. All right, folks, I'm going to have to end this right here because I have to make some phone calls and figure out how these people are going to come and get their doors and windows. Because I can't get anywhere near their building because of this construction. So, I'll see y'all again real soon. Have a good day.